Hello, people. Again, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, happy Friday to you all. Hopefully, you are enjoying an early start to your weekend or wrapping up your working week nicely. Regardless, hope you're having a good day today. We are continuing with the treasure drop from today. Of course, the title track, Bona Bona, was absolutely glorious, as it was expected. Really punchy chorus, as is kind of become the treasure staple. And of course, we checked out the T5 debut Move when that dropped a little while ago. But we have the rest of the REBOOT album to check out. REBOOT studio length album to check out, which is very exciting, considering this is also my first ever treasure era where I'm like properly invested in the music from start to finish. So this is going to be a very exciting time for me. And to save time, we're going to be checking out only the new stuff, so we'll be skipping over the title track Bona Bona, we'll be skipping over the T5 unit song Move, and then just kind of running through the rest of the album as we go. So, for those of you who are new around here or have never checked out one of the album listens on the channel before, barring this doesn't get blocked by YouTube content ID checks, the timeline below is going to be chapter based off of whatever song we're listening to, so if you want to skip ahead to a certain song of your choice, you can just refer to that down there. If you're in it for the long haul like me, welcome aboard, let's get started. With track number 2, I Want Your Love. I have album credits on the side as well, so I'll be keeping an eye on that as we go. So, I Want Your Love, track number 2, lyrics by Junkyu Hyunsuk, Haruto, Ludwig Lindell, and Jared Lee. Some of these names, producer names, I will recognize, and I see that there are members involved across the album, which is very exciting. Composition: Kang Uk-jin, Diggy, DP, Ludwig Lindell, Jared Lee, and Junkyu. Arrangement by DP, Kang Uk-jin, and Diggy. I see some names from Bona Bona, which has me very excited indeed. So here we go. See, we're riding on this EDM line again. My heart is going bald. 내 심장은 춤을 춰. Popping, popping, hit this raw. You're my rhythm, my yeah. 살며시 눈을 깜빡이면 없어져 깜짝. 날 정말 미치게 만들어, baby. Wow, I just wanna know if you feel it too. 너도 나와 같다면 show me a proof. 말해줘 yes or no. I can't take control. Nice stack. I want your love, yeah, yeah, want your love. Don't kill my vibe, yeah. I'm never gonna stop. I want your love, yeah, yeah, want your love. Oh my, yeah. You're gonna be the boy. Hey babe, I want you. What about you? 좀 스며들어 너란 숲. Give it to me, I've always wondered how Treasure managed to get the transition from the high energy chorus into the rap verse so good every time. Because that was such a slick transition again. But yeah, this EDM vibe that Treasure have done in the past and are still doing now is such a vibe, and I love it. God, that is such a filthy EDM drop. Oh, muffle the beat on the bridge. Oh my goodness, it's so good. And a bona fide final note to end it on. Absolutely. Okay. Already off the rip, we're off to a great start. I Want Your Love is spectacular in every way possible. The beat is addictive as all heck. That top line is so good. The energy is immaculate. Oh, I won't lie, I'm a little bit tired after that. But that chorus, how are Treasure so good at making an EDM chorus? I don't understand. Every single time I've listened to a Treasure song, or at least knowing that it was a Treasure song, and like kind of until today, it's always been title tracks, but even through their title tracks alone, the drops in their title tracks have been so good. And I Want Your Love is, again, kind of like an extension of that. My goodness me. Like, I feel like I had more to say, or more that I wanted to say, because at the end of the day, I just enjoyed that so much that I kind of forgot what I was going to say. And I'm not mad at the fact that that I forgot what I was going to say. It's that good. It's so good. No, keep going. Because I'm just going to say it's good over and over again. Okay, so this is track number 3, Run. Lyrics by Lil G, Sunny, Choice 37, LP, Hey, and then Hyunsuke Yoshi and Haruto. I'm guessing a lot of the repeats, some of them are going to be like written rap verses and things like that, which is, I'm still going to count it anyways. Composition, Choice 37, LP, Hey, Sunny, Lil G, Hyunsuke Yoshi, and Haruto. Choice 37 LP and arrangement. Sick. Here we go. Okay, we got a vibe switch. The song chugs. Take it in halftime one time? Okay. Oh, bring in the marching band snares again? Something about this pre-chorus melody almost feels triumphant. Oh my god. I kind of want to cry a little bit. It's so good. Oh, throw it into the rappers one time. Oh, the beat didn't come back. I thought the main beat was gonna come back. It didn't. Okay. Oh, that's so cool. They just didn't bring back the beat at all for that second verse. Oh, throwing a little bit of grit there. The We Will Rock You interlude, if you want to call it that. the vocals slide into a key change? My neck spazzing. Hold on. Oh, that was a bad idea. Oh, ow. Okay, I'm gonna talk about this song from this position because this is the most comfortable. Ow, hold on. Let's turn it this way. There we go. Hello, everybody. This song has broken me. This song has indeed broken me. My neck is in very much pain. Aha. Huh. Okay, straighten it, straighten it. You know what? Okay, this is fine. This is good enough. Okay, we're 2 songs in. Technically 3, and I guess technically 4 because next song is Move, but I Want Your Love and Run, just those 2 B-sides alone have broken me. Those were some of the best B-sides I've ever heard this year, and I've heard some really good B-sides. Genuinely, the choruses are so good. I have no words, apart from I'm in pain because I headbanged way too hard to 2 songs in a row and my neck is seized up, but I'll say this up front. If the rest of the album is anything like the level of the first 4 songs on this album, so like including the title track and the T5 unit song, this could very well become one of my albums of the year, if not my boy group album of the year. And there have been some really good boy group albums that have dropped this year. This is spectacular. Okay, I have to kind of double switch in because we have Rap Unit. Now, again, I don't know the members, so I'm not going to know who's involved with unit songs and stuff like that. But track number 5, because, of course, we're skipping over the T5 unit song, because we've already heard that already. That's on the channel. It's also probably in the treasured playlist if you want to go and find that. Track number 5, this is G.O.A.T, greatest of all time, of course. Rap Unit featuring Young-hyun. Ooh, I don't actually know who that is, but again, We Move. Lyrics by Hyunsuk, Yoshi, and Haruto. Composition, DP, Hyunsuk, Yoshi, and I keep calling him Hyunsuk. No, it's Hyunsuk. Yoshi and Haruto. Arrangement by DP. Alright, here we go. I'm gonna be a little bit out of my element because rap music is not my forte. Oh. Whoa. Welcome to the show. Let's rock it out, baby. Let's go. Big band? Hello? It kind of listens like a big band song. I kind of like that. Whoa! I guess I kind of have to do this, don't I? Because I can't move my neck very much anymore. I love that there's a whole lot of musicalness going on top of the rap verse. Because there's a lot of melodic qualities, even in that rap line, the rapping top line too. It's easy on the ears for a rap song.
Shall we dance now?
nice breakdown. Get a little yeah boy in there as well. Hell yeah. Oh. Get some vocals in there. Ba, 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 ba. Wow. Wow. First of all, who is this Young Hyun person? Who are part of Big Mama? Really? Is this the same person? Is there another? Is there another Young Hyun somewhere? What a cool feature. If this is who I think this is, very cool feature. Very different kind of texture. But what sticks out to me is whenever I see a rap unit on a song, I get a little bit nervous because rap music is not my forte. I don't really understand rap music all that much. I don't listen to it at all to really begin with. And the only way I can kind of digest rap music is by looking at it if I were reading a piece of sheet music and I was looking at the rhythm of it. So I'll know, like, you know, cadence and like kind of like tone and vocal color and things like that. But when it comes to like the actual technique behind rap, I am gone. But for me, G.O.A.T, I never really felt like I needed to process it all that much because there was so much of a musical quality to it and like a musical notational quality to it that I didn't really feel like it was a rap song at all while listening to it. And that works in its advantage for me, personally. Because it's extremely easy to digest. Like, I can really vibe along to it. That big band attitude that is attached to it, too, is really good. And the rap flow, even though, you know, it's a rap unit song, there's plenty of vocals scattered around in there. And then getting in a little bit of Young Hyun vocals thrown in there as well just adds such a nice, different vocal texture. But G.O.A.T, it's loud, it's brash, it's in your face, it's got all of the attitude. And it listens really nicely, so shout out. I'm gonna go get a Salonpas patch for my neck, and I'll go and queue up the next song, so I'll see you in a couple seconds. I can now confidently say that Treasure are the first group that have ever made me seize up my neck listening to their music. So, good stuff. Let's keep her moving. We're now finally in the second half of the album. Track number 6, Stupid, Monchongi. Let's see, lyrics, Yoshinori Hyunsuk Haruto. Composition, Yoshi and Kanguk-jin. Arrangement by Kanguk-jin. I love that. I love that there's so much involvement from the members with this group. Whether it's, you know, composition or lyrics, I love it when a company lets their artists kind of write their own stuff. I think it makes it feel more attached to the members themselves. So, shout out YG. Here we go. La, 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 la. La, 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 la. La, 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 la. I was a lot more upbeat than I thought. I thought maybe we were gonna go with like a kind of bittersweet emo anthem in a way. Again with the marching band snares. They're liking the marching band snares this album. Not complaining. Oh my god, again. Oh, a little bit of chip tune in there as well.
제발 고이지 마는 눈물로 정신 차려라 가슴아 내가 놓친 건 변하지 않아 그래 내 연은 날 떠나 멀리 날아가 뒷모습이 눈부시도록 빛나 왠지 흐르는 눈물이 머리 끝을 닿여
I like that they kind of switched the order of the chords there. Kind of gave the rap verse its own chord sequence. It's nice. I love the inclusion of the chiptune, it works so well. Oh, a little bit of gang chants in the vocal for the bridge. Oh, and change up the final chorus one time. Oh, that final chorus was way too short. We needed that one more time through, or maybe like an outro kind of way. Oh, I love it. I genuinely... Okay. I'm gonna bring this question up now because, I mean, we still have 4 songs to go, but how am I meant to choose a favorite B-side on this album? Because I've loved every single one of them. I mean, Run did make me injure myself, but genuinely, how am I meant to choose a favorite B-side on this album? Because this entire album is really good. But anyways, back to the song. I thought with when the song started, I thought we were gonna kind of get like a boy group version of 21's Ugly. You know how it starts with the acoustic guitar strums and the da 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 da. And then I think I'm ugly and nobody else made just like it. It kind of gives me that vibe, or at least that's, I thought, kind of the direction we were going. It was a lot more energetic pretty like earlier on in the song, and I kind of like it. It's very fitting for them as kind of like in the way their songs are structured and kind of like bring in that EDM energy early on. But I like that it kind of reminds me of 21's Ugly a little bit, because I really like that song. And while it's not maybe as anthemic as I kind of hoped it would be, it still has kind of traits of that kind of emo, bittersweet anthem that I quite like listening to. It's kind of like a guilty pleasure genre for me. And while it's not clear on the surface, this song reminds me of that genre. So, I love that. Okay. Vocal unit. Again, I'm not going to know who's in this. But, vocal unit. Let's see how they go in this direction. Already, the pianos kind of give me ballad vibes, but I'm not going to jump the gun on that. Okay, vocal unit, The Way To. Lyrics by Roven. Composed by, Becca Boom. Okay, I know her stuff through KDA. Heck yeah. Okay, DP, PK, and Roven. Arrangement, DP, and Roven. Okay, let's go.
벌써 끝났어 나 없이도 잘 가는 하루가 잘하긴 한 건지 시간만 간 건지
intended dissonance.
애써 다 감춰 내 등 뒤에 숨어있는 꿈 다 비웃을까봐 고개 못 들까봐 왜 나만 제자리에 있을까 힘겨운 꿈처럼 뛰고 뛰어도 멀어지는 것 같아 왜 내게 모두 등을 돌릴까 용서조차 받지도 못하나 애써 지켜온 내 맘속 작은 인형 하나 버려내고 보니
I can't tell if that's a nylon guitar or steel guitar, but and the string section too, oh, playing right into my heart.
잡히지 않나 봐 왜 나만 제자리에 있을까 힘겨운 꿈처럼 뛰고 뛰어도 멀어지는 것 같아 왜 내게
little string run.
등을 돌릴까 용서조차 받지도 못하나 이 모든 순간이 쓰라린 파편이 쌓여 철길처럼 뻗어내 내 모습을 그려내
Nice.
그 끝이 어딘지 전혀 알 순 없지만 이 길로 흐르면 어른이 되는 걸까
Little cello accent, shoulder string accents.
힘겨운 꿈처럼 뛰고 뛰어도 멀어지는 것 같아 왜 내게 모두 등을 돌릴까 용서조차 받지도 못하나 어른이 되는 걸까
Whoa. Okay, what an interesting ballad. It kind of gave me certain hints of like the 80s power ballad scene, which for those of you who don't know was like my kind of genre of music that I absolutely adored back in the day. I mean, I still do, but 80s power ballads is what made me fall in love with the 80s like rock and hair metal scene. And I am one that is particularly interested in the sappy emotional ballads. The reason why we kind of go over OSTs every week because, well, I love ballads and OSTs often do involve ballads. Apart from the reason that, you know, OSTs deserve to be given recognition, but that was, yeah, it had everything I love from it. You know, the nice drawn out swells, the little string section. As a violin player myself, I very much love it when a song has a little string section involved. The high fly and soaring vocals, super nice. What's interesting though is the main vocal line, kind of like the melodic sequence and the way the melody is like written out, it almost feels like the phrases, the way they end, da, 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 the way that phrase ends almost feels like there's no true ending, which I think is really interesting. It's one of those melodic top lines that theoretically could just kind of cycle on top of itself and just keep going over and over and over again, at least with the way it's written for my ears. I could hear it continuing on and on and on, and I wouldn't bat an eye, and I think that's really cool. That was very pretty though. I am, again, susceptible to a nice ballad, so I very much enjoyed that. So interesting that we got the ballad early in the album, though, because typically an album ends with a ballad, but we don't get it in the middle. So. I keep... Okay, is my spacebar not working today or something? Anyways, Wonderland, track number 8. Lyrics by Chanhyuk Vakumu. Oh, that's sick. Okay. Hyunsuk, Yoshi, Haruto, and Junkyu. Composition, also Mr. Chanhyuk, who's... Akumu are having a comeback soon, aren't they? Kim Seung-ho, Kwon Myung-hwan, DP, and Junkyu. Arrangement by DP, Kim Seung-ho, Kwon Myung-hwan. I see. So is DP a producer that's always been with a Treasure comeback or a Treasure release? Because I see their name pop up a lot. Not complaining, considering the quality of the music so far has been spectacular. So, here we go. Oh, it's almost tropical housey. Yeah, it's very summery. There's some waves. Is that some wave crashing sounds? All this is missing is like steel drums or a pan flute, and this would be the ultimate summer tropical house song. Steel drums. I did not think we'd actually get some in here. Oh, nice. A 2-stage drop for the final chorus. One more post-chorus for the road? Absolutely. And let the waves take the song away. Hell yeah. Hey, it's the end of July. It's the peak of the summer music drop season. To have a song like Wonderland, you know, very tropical house, very beachfront, like party vibe. Oh, it's not out of place at all. And considering just how EDM heavy this album has been, oh, this is perfect. This is perfect. We've covered so many different genres. Like, we've had a little bit of chiptune, we've had some proper electro, and now we got a little bit of tropical house. All this is missing is a really heavy, like, D&B, or like a proper dubstep track. And then we would have covered like every single like major genre of EDM that's in pop music, and I think that's very cool. That's nice. I don't know if we had like the steel pan sounding synths earlier in the song, or if I genuinely like willed it into existence when I made the comment earlier. but I love that we got a little bit of steel pan in there. I think I said pan flute earlier because what NCT Dream's Blue Wave had a big pan flute sample or a pan flute instrumental in the instrumental track underneath the vocal line, and I really enjoyed it, and that's the only reason I bring it up. But really, any tropical instrument will do. Like, I mean, I don't think an ukulele would have fit in here quite as well, but like maybe a little bit of chime action. But steel pan, marimba, a little bit of maybe kind of higher pitch percussions, pan flute, things like that. Things you typically associate with kind of like Caribbean music, if you will. I think if some of that could have been included in that, that would have made this song insanity. But even without it, a brilliant tropical house song for me. I love that. Okay. Got it this time. Okay. Track number 9, B.O.M.B. Bomb. Lyrics by Junkyu, PK, Yoshi, and Haruto. Composition PK, Junkyu, Noerio, Aftershock, and Brian Yu. Arrangement by PK. Here we go. Oh? It's kind of giving me a like a city pop hybrid. I like that the song slowed down in time with the clock. But we're building.
Can you hear my heartbeat?
An EDM song with string hits. Who'd have thunk it?
몸이 너에게 반응하네 머릿속에 스파기 터진 듯해 눈앞이 전부 깜깜해 불을 밝혀줘 just like that 날개만 give me love 온종일 나의 생각 속에 너로 가득 차 just like this Hey, can you hear my heartbeat? 내 심장은 바람이 밤밤 사랑을 던진다 네 맘에 떠져라 You're my love 눈을 맞춰 feel me now I want you baby Ooh you make me crazy now 내 심장은 바람이 밤밤 사랑을 던진다 네 맘에 떠져라
For such a nice groovy beat, this is an extremely gentle song. It's really smooth. It's got such a nice smooth top line. Very 80s keyboard section here with the keys.
Okay, just love me like that. Feel me now. I want you, baby. Ooh, you make me crazy now. 내 심장엔 바람이 밤밤. Okay, just love me like that. 네 맘에 떠들어라. 더 크게 더 세게. 눈을 맞춰 feel me now. I want you, baby. 오늘만큼은 나에게 달려와 love me now.
Wow. Yeah, I'm genuinely surprised at how like kind of tame this song was. I was expecting with the beat, the kind of because initially, as we had the string hits and the gentle keys, I thought maybe we were gonna get a little bit of like a high energy city pop kind of vibe. And while that wasn't too far off the mark, like we definitely had a bit more of like a proper EDM type course. It's an extremely tame song, all things considered. Like it's got a really smooth top line. The beat isn't too aggressive on the bass end. I think the string hits are very nice. Kind of gives it a. It wasn't like a. It was almost like a disco era synth or string hit vibe, which I think adds on to the kind of gentleness of the song. I can 100% get behind. Yeah, this is a really good way to kind of start winding down the album too, because it's got the kind of upbeatness in the music that you got early on in the album, but it's also getting a little bit smoother. It's getting a little bit more softer, and it's getting a little bit more gentle on the ears as we kind of round out the album. And I think this is a very natural and very nice transition moving on towards the end, because we have one last song on the album list. Thank you all for bearing with me if you've made it this far. This is Lovesick. Lyrics by Asahi, Haruto, Hyunsuk, and Yoshi. Composition Asahi and DP with DP on arrangement one more time. Here we go. Okay. I wonder if this vibe is gonna stay, but in terms of progression, this song is a perfect wrapper up of the album already. It just feels so. Was that a muted trumpet or was that a filtered hum? It just feels so wholesome. It's so gentle. So I'm hearing the vocal stacks in the background. That's spot on. Paired with the whistle part too. There's the beat. Barry Sax? Hello, Barry Sax. That transition into the rap was so smooth. That chorus just gives off such slice of life drama ending song vibes to me, and I love it. Oh, halftime on the first re-entry, okay. Go crazy, brass. And a sustained brass note at the end. Yeah, it really does give off slice of life drama OST vibes. And I love it. It's kind of cutesy in a way. Like, compared to like the previous, 9 songs in the album, where I mean, I guess apart from the Way To, that vocal unit song, most of the songs on this album have been pretty aggressive in terms of its beat, but this one is just so happy. Or I don't know if it's happy because it's titled Lovesick, but it's kind of like there's this kind of sense of innocence to it, and I think it's adorable. And while it's not a ballad by any means of the imagination, the fact that it is probably like second to the Way To, that vocal unit song, the calmest song on the album, and the way that the album kind of just naturally ends up in this really nice, kind of wholesome, happy, like kind of like wave your hands back and forth like this kind of vibe is great. The natural progression through this album has been spectacular, and the way it ends on this kind of bright, happy song like this, or at least it listens like a very bright, happy song, I think is brilliant, brilliant. And the little hidden inclusion of a brass section in there, and I mean, if we're being pedantic, it's technically a woodwind. If they're both saxophone parts, because the saxophone is technically a woodwind instrument, even though it's brass bodied because the reed is woodwind. But classified all as a brass instrument, I love a hidden brass section in my songs. And the fact that we got that kind of crunchy, rumbly berry sax in the middle, just kind of popping in, saying, "Hiya, how you doing?" was great. And that whistle section too, that just the whistle just makes this, just adds a little extra layer of that lightheartedness. Oh man, man, is this album good. Okay, I am going to say this right now. I don't know if I'll be able to pick a favorite B-side. I reckon I'll probably lean towards like I Want Your Love or Run. Maybe even Stupid to an extent. But as for the entire album itself, let me actually look at Boy Group Album of the Year. Ooh. You know what? This Reboot album genuinely could make a run for Album of the Year for me. And there have been some really good albums, and some albums that I rate very highly this year have dropped already. But Treasure's Reboot album just might taste the crown at the end of the year. But genuinely, like, truthfully speaking, without sugarcoating anything, this was a blast. With this being my first ever kind of Treasure album where I've properly had a deep dive into what the entire like catalog of music was for one release era, this was so much fun. The vibes were immaculate, and as someone who kind of doesn't really listen to EDM all that much anymore, kind of took me back to a place that I haven't been to in a very long time. And just for me, when it came to like kind of generalizing Treasure music, it was always the choruses were really good, the energy is tremendous, and the transitions into the rap verses were always really slick and smooth. And that across this entire album has just solidified those 3 points even further. Their ability to make their music so energetic through that EDM vibe is spectacular, and probably for me, one of the best to do it in the industry, full stop. Two, the choruses. Their ability to make the choruses of their songs so addictive, so high energy, and so fun to listen to. Also, is probably one of the best groups to do it in my eyes right now. And this isn't meant to be a dig at any other group, any of the other groups out there. This is meant to just praise Treasure and their musical ability. And three, man, are the transitions between the phrases super clean. Like, I was a little bit concerned during Bona Bona when they constantly, like, transitioning between the fast main beat and that marching band style chorus beat. Transitioning between two different tempos in a song very smoothly is hard to do. And for me, like, going from that chorus to the second chorus to the bridge almost felt a little bit awkward first time around. Like, listening through it again in between recording sessions kind of alleviated that anxiety a little bit. But across the board, the B sides on this album the transitions between phrases were so well done. Like there were, the key changes between phrases going from the chorus to the second verse that's headlined by the rappers, going from the verse to the pre-chorus to the chorus to the whatever the phrases were, just felt so natural, so smooth, so cleverly written that I can't help but be amazed by how every song has been written, because it's like tailor made for them, and it suits their character and suits their musical style so well. It accentuates everything that's great about this group. And frankly, I reckon I've gotten to the point where this album might have convinced me to properly follow these guys now, really learn like who the members are, what their abilities are like, and things like that. Yeah, that's a lot that this album has accomplished for me, and I'm not upset by that one bit. But before I inevitably end up rambling for another hour or so, I'm going to cut it off here. Thank you all for listening along with me, whether this ended up on YouTube or PCloud, wherever. I don't really know at this point, but thank you nonetheless. Hopefully you enjoyed it as much as I did. Hopefully you didn't end up coming out of it with an injury like I did, but that's besides the point. One last request from me today: let us work together as a community to bring a little bit of extra happiness back into the world. Whether it be, checking with your friends and family, holding the door open for somebody, even picking up a piece of trash off the street. Just one small act of kindness that may brighten up someone else's day to day. And know that wherever you are in the world, should you ever be going through a tough time in your life, for whatever reason it may be, even though I'm just some guy on the internet who waffles about music in his free time, know that I will always be a friend, an ally, and a shoulder to lean on whenever you need me. So take care of yourselves, take care of each other, spread the love, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.